Are you in retirement and you don't have enough money to put tomatoes in your tacos? Yeah, tomatoes are $4 a pound and it's just a little too expensive. Hey, I got a Wall Street Journal report I want to share with you. Stay tuned. Hi, Mark Rogers here, and it's always a pleasure to go find material that is relevant to retirees. Inflation has hit us all, and the problem that retirees face is you're on a fixed budget, if you will. Those of us who are employed, our wages may go up, but in your retirement, you're more on a fixed salary that you're getting, and maybe you're withdrawing money from your retirement accounts, and you wonder, how long is this going to last when things are getting so expensive? Let's take a peek at what the Wall Street Journal just came out here this last week here, and this is dated, let's see, where is it? We find the date somewhere on here. Yeah, it's down here, May 15th. There it is. It's called Inflation Puts More Retirees at Risk of Running Out of Money. Remember, a common tactic to create income in retirement is to drain your 401k, your IRA, and it may run out of money further down the road. That is a real fear amongst many retirees. Let's continue with the article here. Retirees took more money out of their savings to keep up with rising prices, raising the risk of depleting their nest eggs. The rise in spending since 2021 shows how pernicious inflation can be for those in or near retirement, especially since higher prices can also erode the value of cash and fixed income investments many plan to live on in the near future, according to a study Boston College released Wednesday. Higher inflation later in life is often harmful to retirement security, said Lauren Quinby, a senior research economist at Boston College's Center for Retirement Research and co-author. Look at this. Though inflation has cooled from 9.1 pace, it is set for 12 months ended in June 2022. It remains above the Federal Reserve's 2% annual target rate. So it's surprising everybody, right? Higher withdrawals are one reason that Boston College projects that inflation has caused a 14.2 decline in financial wealth held by, look at this, folks, middle-income retirees from 2021 to 2025. If rising interest rates trigger recession, their wealth could decline 16.6%. Well, this is quite a something here. Retirees' incomes have also taken a hit in inflation-adjusted terms. While Social Security is increased annually to account for a higher cost of living, there is generally no inflation adjustment for the pension income many retirees receive from former employers in the private sector. Folks, there's only a couple ways that you're going to get your income, right? Number one, Social Security. Now, it just noted that Social Security is doing a good job of keeping up. Recently, they've been giving you the raises. Secondly, if you're so lucky as to have a pension from your employer, it may not have anything about a cost of living there. Your third is you're taking out of your 401k, your IRA. And then the question is, am I taking too much? Will the money last for me? This is where I like to excel in bringing through and sharing ideas on how to keep income guaranteed for the rest of your life. That is what you need to be doing. And I wanted to share with you unique ways that can be done aside from those three options. There is another way to set up your own personal pension here. But let's get back to our article here. Weathering inflation. Wealthier Americans have been less scathed by inflation. Remember, the wealthier ones, they're going to be able to roll through this, but you and I in middle America are going to have a tougher time. So one silver lining of inflation is that households with fixed rate mortgages benefit since their monthly payments stay the same while their wages tend to rise with inflation over time. The study also shows a worsening outlook for near retirees, workers aged 55 to 61 with full-time jobs. Wow, this is quite something here to see The risks multiply when high inflation sticks around for longer, as with the case in the 1970s. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? We can go back and say, hey, who remembers the 1970s? So it wasn't 1968 itself that was a problem, he said, but the years following, which included high inflation for much of the 70s and back-to-back bear markets that started around 1969 and 1973. So there's the piece from the Wall Street Journal that's bringing out this very interesting point that inflation is a real thing. Before I go, though, I got to back up and just catch one other thing here. I want to talk about this, that the worst 30-year period in which to retire starting on October 1st, 1968, according to Bill Bengen, architect of the 4% retirement spending rule of thumb, which calls for spending 4% of a nest egg in the first year retirement and then adjusting the amount annually to keep pace with inflation. Now, that 4%, if you drunk the Kool-Aid on that 4%, watch out, because this may become a bigger problem. And I can share with you that in the insurance realm of things, the income annuities are creating a higher distribution than 4%, and they're making those guarantees. So that's where some retirees now are starting to look at this and saying, man, I can put security and control into my retirement by bringing in guaranteed income. And may I say, too, guaranteed income that could be increasing as time goes on as well. So those are some interesting points coming out of the Wall Street Journal there, impacting the inflation. And I had another report. I had a podcast guy on here some time ago that says that the report is saying that inflation may be higher than what's being reported as well. So be very cautious. Make sure you get your retirement savings to be guaranteed and growing for the future. And with that, we'll see in another article of news that you can use or may bruise you in retirement. We'll see you soon.